Hey, welcome everybody to the webinar. This is Bruce at Bookmap. We'll go live order analysis here using Bookmap. Yeah, the whole point here is that Bookmap is something that can show you orders, the flow, the transactions, and the price action all in one composite. And this view is rather unique in the sense that let me show you. Let me go through the disclosure right in. A general disclosure: all Bookmap Ltd materials, information, and presentations are for purposes only and should not be considered specific investment advice nor recommendations. Risk disclosure: equities and digital currencies involve substantial risk of loss. Is not suitable for investors. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. All right, so we typically have an onboard webinar at this time. Later today. It will be at 1 p.m., but today you'll have to cancel it. We will on next Tuesday. So for our new to Bookmap, this is what I'm talking about. Yeah, onboarding webinar. This will be on, it's usually on Tuesdays, every Tuesday at 1 p.m. East Coast time. We'll go through the basics of getting you up and running, logging into bookmap.com, downloading the platform, installing the platform, getting data, subscribing to data, and then connecting that data and opening the symbol. Up and running. It's pretty straightforward, but this can be really helpful for us. Just note that it's Tuesday today, right? Okay, so crazy markets, and it continues to break out. And in fact, here we go. This is the we're looking for 100 here, this is our opening range trade. In fact, and I missed it. It's not bad. Now I don't trust it. I would look for about 300, to trade, but I don't even want to jump in up here because we're trading into high liquidity. Reason being, and I'm kind of jumping in immediately here on this because it's presenting itself. This opening range breakout trade. This is it here. This is the 15-minute period that I'm looking at, and this is the range. As soon as it breaks it, but let's take a look at our higher time frames here, and then I'll talk about that composite view I mentioned earlier. But our higher time frames, now for some reason my chart does not show the price action from yesterday. We did touch the top of this box here that we drew up here, and this is on the week. I even to the daily. It's like the daily something. Yeah, you can see kind of read our box, but you can see how it just touched the top of it here. That was the zone we were drew up yesterday. So anyway, we touched it, and you can see the move back up now, and pretty strong. Now, we can talk about this move here, and I was astounded that even after more bad news yesterday, it went up. And I have my thesis on that, but that opening range bound trade. Here's our swing high from yesterday before, with Trump adding potential 50% increase on tariffs from China. Okay, and it immediately dropped. We went back and forth basically all day, and then we saw a lot of strong buying, and then see the gap here this morning. Okay, so we're just trading up into this right here. So in my opinion, this opening range breakout trade will probably hit its 300. I think we're fading back into but that's my opinion on this open round trade. So I will pass on it today unless I see something. All right, so that's that. And the what we kind of, the bigger picture talked about yesterday was looking at the VIX. And let's see, you guys can see my screen and everything. Yeah, and yeah, this is in, it's pretty good. Let me know if it gets better, Armen. Um, anyone else having that problem over on YouTube? What I just wanted to show here was the VIX, and it's, we zoomed out. We had this view yesterday of the VIX. This was back in August of 24. I forget what this was, but anyway, we had a massive spike here to 85 or something like that in the VIX, and you can see it immediately fell. Okay, so spiked up to 60 or so on the VIX yesterday. And I think there's just a lot of traders, a lot of big traders thinking this is very rare. This is meant here for the move right back down. And now, not necessarily that the volatility is going to subside completely, but this is just too high in terms of volatility, and that you get traders at that point. Probably a lot of statistical arbitrage or program traders out there look at this event and say this is very rare. This is an opportunity to buy the stock in. So gap down. That's exactly what happened yesterday. We had the gap down and we had a lot of buying back in. Okay, so that's what we saw in here. This was the move up, and then we had the news from Trump, and then you can see that look at the VWAP down here as well in this 15. They hold strong and continue to buy, continue to buy. Just it was relentless. I thought I just couldn't believe it. And just fits into this idea though. Being kind of a rare event in terms of volatility. Anyway, that's it. The composite view that I was just talking about, okay, go up into 300 here. I'm going to be watching this level closely, but basically, you're looking at a dome. COB column here, our dome. Okay, there's very high liquidity. Look, 166 contracts here at 50. There's some in front of it here. In fact, it was this trader. And why do I think it's this trader here? One larger player. That they lifted their liquidity. They added it up here. You can track their. Good morning, back. Anyway, we're starting to understand behavior, right? So we can see that, we can track it from the dome. Now, dome though, you wouldn't necessarily see this. You'd have to remember this by a number that it moved. And I doubt that you would probably make that assessment here in Bookmap. It's all recorded in heat map form on the historical chart, and that's the composite view. See, you can even see like some of it was lifted here, some of it added down. Anyway, that's that's what I see in the dome or the heat map, and that's that composite view of the dome. Okay, the current dome, okay, current market window right here. Right is the market. Good morning, Duzman. And we can see the high liquidity here. And we can see when they added it, how long they've been, etc. So they've been in here the entire session, okay, since I opened up my Bookmap at least. So I don't know about the overnight, but you can see it in here. Yes, this is the makes sense there. Yeah, exactly, Aloise. It's the question about the band of the algo band, Trader Map Lite, Map Pro that can take it out. So we can go back to our regular ES chart here. It's looking good here. We could use this one. In fact, you can see some remnants in here of it, like it's pretty freaking, look at it in here. Like this shows you a lot of things in here that these algos are not willing to trade in this environment. It's too risky. Okay? That algo band that had been in larger place, and they are not really. So they're not algos too much. See it. All right. So anyway, I'm still prefer pro. Yeah, Rob. It like you say here, you don't know how it's possible, but it's just a lot of work and a lot of data points able to show every single transaction, not just every single transaction, every single or change in the. There doesn't even have to be a transaction. So that is a big distinction between us and others out there, is that the heat map, see it here yet, but the heat map will update in between transactions. Okay, so it's just pure data, and it's just fact. I don't see an example here. A lot of times you'll see like this player pull right here, and there's no transaction. Okay, others aren't going to, simply not going to show that level of granularity. And you may think that doesn't matter, but it actually does, because if you're looking at some sort of heat map that is tick based, it's aggregated data, and that larger player maybe shows up in the and if a transaction doesn't take place, you're not going to see it. It's not going to be. So it will hide that from, and you want to see that information. So this is much more accurate. So anyway, that's part of that composite view. So COB column, current book, this is our dome, and now we've got it plotted not only in the current market, but on the historical market. So you can see we just traded up into some high liquidity here. See when these guys came into the market up, just transacted. Okay, so know that the transaction took. Okay? Now we see some sellers coming after that transaction took. Right. So the composite view here consists of not just the but the composite view is, you'd be looking at your dome. Well, here you've just got it right on the chart, and in the you need to look at. So you don't have to view eyes away from the price action. Now, in terms of price action, aggregation. See this cluster of buying that just came in right here? You can see that we came up here, see that the buyers in here. Look for them to put up into the next level. They did. They didn't quite hit 300 yet. Okay? They hit this liquidity up here. Now we've come right back down. So now talking about price action, and volume within the price action. So if we take the heat map off, that's it here. So actually look at it now here. Just trade it up here. This cluster is selling and selling here. I would actually to see if we can get some more selling here, break it, should come down to this level. Okay, now that's what I would look for in the price action and volume together here, this composite view. Okay, so you don't have to view your eyes away from a candlestick chart and volume in the subchart. It's all here. Okay, so now we're looking for it. We didn't get it, right? We got this big, we have a lot of volume down here. Okay, but we can see the buyers came right back in, and now we're going to trade 300 this time. But the thing is, though, is we don't know what's down here on the other side of the trade. That's where the heat just traded into this liquidity. Good. Then we found these buyers kicking in. And now we just traded into. We would look for that on the test here. Got up here, didn't hit it, had to swing back down, and now we swung back up, and okay. So now we've hit our 300. We filled it. They're still up here. There's still more supply up here. Okay, so let's see if there we go. Now the aggressors hit it. Okay, and traded through it, and we're going to get a massive stop run. Okay, now I am interested to see if we can get down below this level here, short it, and see a mean reversion type of trade here. Okay, so I'm looking for sellers now. Okay, so let's see if we can even just jump in here and try to take this down. Where? Maybe the next level of. Okay, so it's very, very quick, Rob, as you know, in this environment, and it's a blessing and a curse. Okay, now just traded through it. We had our big stop run in here. We verify the stop run, but sure, and we even hit the high liquidity up here. Okay, so I'm looking for sellers now to trade back down to buyers on the at this. That's where we're. All right. And now this can fit into the bigger picture. Well, is this a reversal? Not yet, clearly not yet. But let's see if we can at least trade back down to this liquidity at 9. And you can see no interest. There's no selling in at this point. See if there's buying interest back up here. Okay, more sellers. Okay, let's see if these sellers, we see them trade back down to here though. Made a lower high. Okay, so let's hit this liquidity here. Buying programs, you can see them coming in and just nibbling away and just keep buying and buying. But just about to hit our level. Let's see. I've just seen it too many times this last week or so. I'm very close to this high liquidity, and then I'm just going to get out and then on to the next trade. Anyway, this was a very quick setup, and it fits our higher time frame. We had high liquidity up here. We had our stop run through it. We waited for it, and then we waited to get down below it and look for some selling. Okay, so we got the momentum move here. It came all the way back up here and tested, and then we found the sellers coming again, and we made a good decision here. but just get out here because never traded into the buyers are still hammering away. Anyway, bigger picture. Let's just jump back here and take. So 15-minute chart, hour chart in the middle, daily on the right hand side, and daily have. This is yesterday's high. We're just above it here. Big candle. But I don't know if we continue get some momentum. Where are we going? So let's take a look at some of the higher time frames, lower time frames here. On the hourly here, this is where we're up. We're just about there. So 405, just tapped it. But the gap initiates up here at 50.20 on up to 5 or so. So pretty big gap in here. Gap, drop down. See another gap up here. Kind of an island gap here. Anyway, yeah. So kind of very interested in these levels in from this 21 so on down to it's 81 so hourly, right in that area right now. So let's keep a sharp eye on price action, volume, transaction. Questions so far? Let's see. Nice. Okay, so Malek, it looks like you long took the stop run and you got out during the stop run and took some profit there. Is that right? It's a great strategy. When you see that kind of capitulation, and especially when it's a stop run, it's it's, it's fantastic because you don't know what's going to happen after the stop run, right? Will it accept? Will it reject? Will we find more buyers jump in, or will we find sellers outside of this area? It rejects and comes back in. So far, you can see that even buyers tried again over here. Here's our lower high. Have a cluster down here. So now you can see this makes some sense that we're starting to see the volume in here we were looking at earlier. Now we have it here. We have a lower high. We don't have buyers here. We have more sellers here. Now we can look for the top. Okay. And let's see if we can continue to top. So down to here. Like, is that what you're talking about? Yeah, great, fantastic. This one's even better. I kind of missed it. You can't turn your head away in these markets because of these things. Look at the price action in here. Like you'd mentioned, these are just like V-shaped. It tests up, it tests back down. We don't get too many of these kind of consolidation periods in here typically. We get these like volatility moves in here, and that alone, like I haven't wrapped a strategy around it, but the way I was kind of trading with the NQ or hitting high liquidity, waiting for a little bit of buying to come in, and then trading it up to the next level of high liquidity. Maybe getting out at a structural area, but the next level. And I don't have anything solid around that, but this kind of environment, see it. and it's worth taking a deep dive into study. All right. Um, yeah, this is a nice one. Shark, are you in Shark? Every day, Shark, I'm looking for your 1, 2, 3 pattern. I'm telling you. Um, and I was wondering if you'd be taking some of these in here, but like this one here before the market opened, again, like yesterday, right before the market opened, it doesn't look too good, to be honest. Uh, if you really look at it in here, it's like it's giving conflicting signals for this 1, 2, 3, but it's up in here. Yeah. Anyway, just was curious. Trend line. Right. Hey, Dan. It sounds like I'm still getting some issues over here. Mike, David, and Armen. And it's working great over Discord channel if you want. There. So I somehow I think it's a question here. Guys, turn your head and like look what happened. We moved all the way back up here and we just dropped again. These are huge swings and they're very quick and very volatile. In fact, I'm after seeing this move here. Usually, with a strong move like that, I'm looking for sellers to come in, and it's hard to tell though. Like, okay, we traded into high liquidity in here, and then we see the selling just kind of dump here. Okay, now we're right back up above. So I'm usually this is low volume pullback. We're looking to short right around in, but in this environment, no, usually right back up to 10 or so. Hit 50. Let's see. Small. um, yeah, I don't know if this is going to fail or not yet. I really don't have a clear yet. Uh, I do agree though, like in this higher time frame, flirting with the highs from yesterday. Uh, you know, are we going to continue to see strength here, and then maybe come up into the gap from big gap down here? That wasn't, but uh, Friday. I don't know. I don't see anything too clear right now. I mean, you can see, look at your cumulative volume delta in here. We have a lot of sellers coming. That's for sure. But we're right back down. We're right back up. We're right back down. And this here is it's pretty good to see. But we see the buyers getting back up above it here. Now we don't. We know that there's some sellers here, but we just traded into high liquidity here for the buyers to try to take it right back up. Stop streaming on and stream it over. We'll lose this record. Is it really that bad over there? No, if it cutting out a little bit, I don't know. Let's. I think okay. YouTube is good. It says Justin, right? All right. Well, let's keep it going then, guys. Um, because otherwise it's going to get totally disrupted here. We'd have to start a session again. Um, okay. All right. Thanks, Dan. Dan's recording anyway. All right. Excellent. Excellent help. So, where does that leave us again? Well, we're looking at this whole area here on our opening range breakout trade. We were up to 300, and then the potential for the slide back into the range. That would be your opening range trade, which would have been about a 25-point winner if you held to 300. But it wouldn't be the easiest trade here. You can see the retest here and right back to the levels. And wait, order flow wise, I would even say sellers have it here if they want to drop it below. See the strength of the selling coming straight up into high liquidity all the way through. Well, but then you see this back and forth. Yeah, just some of the uh, just to mention in here, um, a lot of the kind of traditional setups that we look for in this session, um, they're not really presenting like I had mentioned. We get these erratic swings in, so it's volatility. So the setups and the trading behavior is different, and that's why we're looking at areas of high liquidity. When they trade, want to see what the reaction is right off of it. That hitting that and then bouncing, hitting high liquidity on the offer and then bouncing, and continue to get those kind. But anyway, like right now, I would say traditionally here, you see pretty nice little clusters of buying. You can pull back here, but I would look for another cluster buying up here, and then the breakout up into this, again, we trade up into this liquidity here, and then come our sellers. Where would they go? Maybe back down to 80, 70. Yeah, I'm getting better, Pete. Thank you. Yeah, I was quite sick. Just kicked my ass. So, but it sounded worse than I felt. Anyway, it was yeah, it feels good to feel good. That's for sure. So anyway, let's see. All right, so here we go. Let's see if we can. I mean, I don't see anything in here at the moment. I see just more buying actually. Um, let's see if we can get some more buying up here. We should come back up and retest the high here. Okay, and then maybe back up into. There's a lot of exhaustion. Get some sellers there. I mean, guys like Rob. I mean, if you're really quick, you see that like you've got your mouse with all sorts of buttons on it and hotkeys on. You see the exhaustion in there, some selling coming. You could trade it right back down here. That would be a nice little 6-point gain, basically 5-point gain at seconds. It's very dangerous. Shouldn't say that. If you see it and it looks pretty good, and you reduce your risk, and if it doesn't do what you want to do and you get out immediately, I think you'll be okay. Now you'll have to test it, have to see for yourself. But I mean, this is what we saw. We saw a quick opportunity, and you have to react really. And maybe that's one way to trade in this environment. But and you can rack up wins very, very quickly. You can also, if you get a string of losses, it can really hurt. Find your strength. Make sure that you know that your setup is high probability, and look for a very, very quick move. Hit the single several times over. Yeah, Rob, I'm convinced what was working so well for you uh, with Bookmap was your higher time frame levels, and you were at options. Okay, that higher time frame filter. Um, guys, if you go back and you look at like all these great traders out there, uh, why are how are they just always doing well? I mean, they're not always having wins, but overall, yes. Uh, it's because they're higher time frame, right? You gotta wait for it. You gotta wait for something solid, and it is much more likely to work at that point. And then look for, got your higher time frame level, and then you look to support your trade idea. So no matter what it is, this is a low volume node down here. Here's a high volume node up here. Right? I don't know if it's point of control or not. Let's turn it on. Uh, no, I have it down here, right? But this is developing. It's going to turn in probably very soon, right? So anyway, there are if that's what you're there, it is now. It just turned into control, right? So now if you see some selling coming in, then maybe look for a retest back down to this level here, because this is still got a low volume node and you got high volume node underneath it, right? Or the opposite. Let's suppose you're up here now, and you see a cluster of buying back up at the high in here. Well, then you'd look for the price exploration and this volume profile to build out, and to hit these higher levels of liquidity. Okay, I mean, it's bullish that it moved up like this. That this was most traded level, value level. Now it's up here, right? And there's a low volume node in. But anyway, yeah, so here come our sellers, right? We're down to this swing here. Now, are there going to be volume profile traders, getting down into these levels in high, willing to sell right there, take our profit down here and dump it off to those guys? Let's see. Okay, they're bidding up underneath. That's kind of bullish. this is again, guys, like this is just to demo a trade idea in here, something behind it. We do have the sellers coming in. We do have some things in here. This is not like a trading room, right? It's kind of showing some ideas in here. It's not a good setup. It's not, this is not high probability. In fact, see that cluster of buying there? They get some traction in here, then out. Yeah, we're out. It's just too much. And now they can move right back here to the right. Now maybe we're finding those guys back in, at least some of them. It's worked out. We didn't take a loss though. Small. All right. So anyway, Rob, I did want to get that point across. Like, just you know, these higher time frame levels, it can make your life so much easier. And then just look for some of those ideas around some of those higher time frame levels. Kind of watching this whole thing up here, and the potential we didn't know. I mean, because of these wild swings back and forth. Um, did mention that at what point did it look better? I think it was yeah, here. See how this looks much better, right? Uh, volume by the buyers, volume by the buyers, and then they try one more. Buyers give it one more shot up here. This is as much as they can get. Okay, sellers come in, make a lower low. The buyers come back in, and we get the swing right back up. Okay, but we don't see those buyers, and then we're high now. Now we're looking for sellers. Sellers to at least take it back down to buyers, liquidity. This environment, I would look for, and just in front of it. And then we have the potential here, reversal. You know, crazy as it is, like it came all the way back up again. But in a normal market, this looks pretty good for it coming back down and getting a measured move back down into uh, probably around this 74, 75 level. Okay, we move right back up though. So again, like just if this was something that we find an opportunity, take some off at the bottom of the range and try to hold runner to try to get that measured move. We can get out at any time we see in here, or you just get stopped out back up, and so it starts to get back up and something like okay, so now question is, where are those volume profile traders? Now look at, see how we came up here, and we had a developing point, game point of control. Now it traded back down to the old one, and that became now the. Okay, so now are these guys willing to try to take it back up? This, we have a low volume node in here. It's actually below it, and it's kind of filled in a little bit. Is this going to be maybe a double distribution day or whatever it might be here, or we get more sellers and drive it away even from this point of control, or will it just turn into a big lump in here? We don't know, but we're going to look at the order flow and the volume in here, see where it's going to go. Uh, just and why I'm mentioning all the profile stuff, uh, as this is kind of your guardrails. This is your higher time frame guardrails for a lot of guys. Uh, Trading his life, he's using his VWAP down here. Okay, he's probably got some anchored VWAPs in here as well. Trading his life, you probably might have taken this one at the open. Uh, you know, makes some sense. Really see too much down here. Got your VWAP and something. It's kind of hard to read. Maybe over in here where I kind of see the potential back up. Okay. Okay, so this is starting to develop and turn into uh, um, a reversal pattern. So selling coming in, driving away from point of control. High liquidity here and here just trade. So I am looking for a pullback. Let's see what that pullback looks like here. Right, so back to where it dropped from, or I'm sorry, where this transaction happened here. Back up to where just about where it. Now do we find some sellers? Trade all the way back to the mean. Now we're going to look at this little structure, and there's some exhaustion, there's some selling. Let's see, get some selling here. Just not much, not looking for much, just down to here. Scalp. Okay, so got that out of it. Is this going to turn into the bigger kind of pullback move continuation? Yeah, maybe. I don't really see it quite yet, but uh, maybe these sellers really start to pick up here and then trade back down to wrap here. All right, guys. Let's see here. It's Tuesday. We have the FOMC meeting minutes later today at 2 p.m. All sorts of trade wars going on, as we know, and I think we have the CPI. Yeah, CPI on Thursday. So it's a tough environment with all this volatility. I'm still kind of looking at the bigger picture in terms of the volatility here and this kind of rare event like this, and then seeing if we get enough buyers to, if that's an opportunity to try to trade it back down to lower volatility levels. Because it said, it doesn't stay elevated for very long. Anyway, things to consider. I've got to run though, so good luck out there. Be careful. Control your risk. It depends on how you want to trade to control that risk. If it's small scalps, get in and out on very, very quick moves, then maybe that's a good way to go. Or widen them out quite a bit. Trade micros, your size down, volume size down quite a bit. Or just maybe not trading this environment, and then building out your playbook, working on your strategies, integrating higher volatility strategies into your playbook, and how you might take those on and integrate those into the coming days. something like this. Some ideas moving. Yeah, I'm sorry I've got to go. Got to cut it short. But if you like this, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Better yet, just come over to our Discord. You're going to get a lot more out of it there. We have a lot of like-minded traders. We've got a great community. Got a fantastic community with our Bookmap Academy. So yeah, please take advantage of it. There's no cost to it. I think right now it's still all. So take advantage of it. And it will still be free. You'll just need to register at bookmap.com to be able to gain access to our Discord. Okay? That keeps the riffraff out, makes it a tighter community, and we're all on the same page. Anyway, hope to see you there. Be careful out there. Keep an eye on those meetings later this afternoon. Thanks for coming, everybody. Have a good day.